Father, the sleeper has awakened!
What's up, YouTube? It's Artisan MC. So, this one is just going to be a quick one. I just finished watching Red Pill Diddy's video. Shout out to Walt Diddy, the director. And that shit. Oh man, I ain't laughed so hard today. Between Angry Man and Walt Diddy, they just been killing me today, and I needed that laugh. So the main concept of his video was that he figured it out from watching Angry Man stream. And if you know, just to speed you along, it's Monday. Bernard Riley did a stream with Angry Man on 101, and then when they opened it up for a panel, a bunch of goof nuts rolled through there and start slinging their dumb shit around, and a lot of stuff was actually exposed about some of these new cats or notable cats in the manosphere. A lot of embarrassing stuff, a lot of stuff that just shock you and just make you like, what the fuck. So later on today, Angry Man did his Masculine Sector show, and he was going in. He was look, it wasn't even fresh grease. That was nitroglycerin. He was cooking the fuck out that whole situation, how it went down. And apparently, Walt Diddy went live and put a video up a little bit later, and he said he got the idea from Angry Man. There's something that he said turned the light bulb off in his head, right? Or turned it on in his head. And it was that these guys are so pissed off about Pookie and Ray Ray so much that it must be your daddy. And it hit something with Walt Diddy. So Walt Diddy did a video, saying that Pookie and Ray Ray is your dad or your stepdad. Now I tuned into the shit just to see what Walt Diddy was talking about, because like him, I had some time before DS1 went live. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this. That motherfucker, oh my god, he had me dying, dude. He had me dying. But what he was saying was exactly right. What Walt Diddy was saying was that you usually vehemently hate, and just how people get really animated and pissed off about hating something is because it's really close to you. You know it really well. That's why you hate it so damn much. And psychologically, that's true. You hate what you see every day. And Walt Diddy saying that makes perfect fucking sense. That's why these guys get so incensed over the whole Pookie and Ray Ray thing, because it's not just about Pookie and Ray Ray stealing the chick that they wanted or whatever. It's like the Oedipus thing. Pookie and Ray Ray was fucking their mama and took their mama love from them. Or they found out that a Pookie or Ray Ray was actually their daddy. And the math works. Just doing it in my head for these millennials to be so pissed off about this shit. They found out that their daddy was actually, a Ray Ray who walked away, who pumped and dumped their mama or whatever the hell else happened, and they bounced. Or they found out they Ray Ray daddy wasn't their real daddy, and their real daddy was Pookie. It wasn't about shit in the streets, but mama fucking scumbags. That's just how she got down back in the day. And I laugh about this shit because to me it's a little bit funny. It's like part of maturing as a man and understanding things not from a child's perspective, but an adult's perspective, is to understand that, especially if you were raised in a single parent household, your mother's not God. Your mother is just a woman. And women have their natures. They always have. They always will. Ain't none of them saintly. I don't even think the Virgin Mary was saintly. I don't think Mother Teresa was saintly. I think she would have called somebody out their name in a heartbeat before she got good. So I'll say this just to prove that Walt Diddy's right, because there came a time that I had to take my mother down off of her fucking pedestal. I had to take her off of that pedestal. She wasn't God. She wasn't imperfect. She was not, all-knowing and infallible. No, she is just a woman. And I had to look at that because I saw and grew up around some of the guys that she fucking dated. And this is not to throw my mother under the bus, because look, she did what the fuck she did. That's just who she fucking is. My mother don't like, well-to-do Ray type of dudes. She don't, because she won't control. She grew up, she's one of these boomer generations who grew up believing they didn't need no man for shit. So she always picked dudes that wasn't about shit. That way she can stay in control and she didn't have to submit to them. And it's just how the shit rolled. But between me and my brother, neither of our fathers were really worth shit. They weren't. They were both street dudes. The one that actually stayed in the house a while was my brother's dad. And he really wasn't shit. He was a pookie through and through. And just like Walt Diddy was exposing about his dad that was in the house that got messed up in drugs, my brother's daddy got mixed up with drugs. Well, you haven't lived until you had a Christmas and got a new bike and had that motherfucker stolen the day after Christmas to be sold for some old drugs. Or learning how to write your California license number on your TV with an electric pencil, so when you go to the pawn shop, you can reclaim your shit. You don't know the joys of that shit until you live through some of that stuff, right? So he was a pookie. He was a pookie than a motherfucker. My dad, in a sense, I would call him an unrealized Ray, because he's smart, he's technical, he's had decent jobs and stuff like that. Just other shit got in the way with the family and stuff. So now, if you looked at him, you would say he's a fucking pookie. Pookie all through and through. But I got them Ray smarts, right? From the two of them. So it's really interesting when you can pull that veil down and see people for who they are. And you don't have to judge them because of that shit. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to hate them. You don't gotta love them. You just gotta see them for who the fuck they are. My mother liked fucking with fucked up dudes. And it's been proven not just because I saw her involved with my dad and my which I didn't see. I didn't see them ever together. I saw her with my brother's dad. That relationship was dysfunctional as fuck because my mother liked fighting too. Okay, so just think about it for a while. You figure out what the fuck I seen. Okay, but I seen her with the other men that she's picked. I seen her with the other boyfriends as I was growing up and who these guys were and whatnot. They were all pretty much either a Pookie or a Ray. All of them. Every one of them. Even the one she's with now. You could probably make a case that he's a Pookie or a failed Ray. That's about it. That's what she picks. Because she likes control. So listening to Walt Diddy run it down on his channel, I'm laughing about it still because Walt Diddy, if you ain't watched Red Pill Diddy's channel, watch his channel. Motherfucker is animated as fuck. Now, because he's animated as fuck and he's visual and big with everything he do, he's a Gen Xer, it's entertaining to me because I'm a pretty low key person, right? I don't do all of that shit, but I admire people who can be that out with themselves because it's hilarious. It's entertaining to me. But what really got me about this shit was some of the stuff he said was, relating it to Star Wars. Relating it to Star Wars, Luke Skywalker and freaking Darth Vader telling him, like, no, I'm your father. And Luke's screaming because he realizes daddy was a fucking pookie. Like what Red Pill Diddy said, your daddy was a scumbag. He killed all the younglings and everything. He was a piece of shit. Like, you're right. Anakin Skywalker was a simp and a piece of shit. And Luke was horrified to know that Darth Vader, the biggest menace to the galaxy, the Emperor's hand, was his damn daddy. He was horrified. Yes, the veil was ripped off. So, but he's better for it. So that's why it makes me laugh, because this is what has to happen with everybody growing up, looking at their parents, especially their mom, and understanding that these are just people. And it's one of the things that I never tried to hide or keep away from my children, was that me and either one of their mothers was not perfect. We were not perfect people. We were kids that grew up trying to play at being adults, and we grown up just like they grown up. We didn't have all this shit figured out. We were not perfect, because I wanted my kids grounded in fucking reality. Not drowning in it, but understanding, look, we trying like you trying. We don't have all this shit figured out. And as long as they were, in my mind, started on that real footing, that solid foundation, they can build up whatever they had. And because of that, I believe I have a really good relationship with my kids, because it's not based on any bullshit. It's not based on any preconceived notion that I know everything and I did everything right in life. No, I didn't. I fucked up. I've told my kids about times that I fucked up, so they know I am a person with flaws. I am not perfect. Do not hang that shit on me. And because I'm not perfect, and we're all working at this shit, I will listen to you. You don't have to have me on that pedestal. Don't mean you don't have to respect me, but I don't need the perfect pedestal. Being perfect is a long way to fall. It's a long fucking fall. I am not perfect. I may do most things correctly as I can, but I'm an angel with dirty wings. That's just the way it is. I'm a hellspawn with wings. It's just the way it is. So, shout out to Red Pill Diddy. I just wanted to make this as a response to his video. That was a great video, dude. That was great. I want people to get more views of that shit. So I appreciate you for putting it out there. And yes, you are correct. These motherfuckers are probably really pissed off at Pookies and Ray Rays, because that is their daddy or their stepdaddy, and they know it, and they fighting it and they hating it the whole damn time. So that's it. Like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to Sheep Stay Sleep, so I can get that message from that brother, see what fire he dropped today, and catch y'all in these YouTube streets. Peace.